No, I fixed that thing last week, you know. Don't tell me I didn't fix it right. Okay, I'll be right over.
What's up?
I gotta go to work. The brakes are shot in the carousel and they can't stop the damn thing. Be back as soon as I can.
Well, have fun. What do you keep hanging over that guy for? He is somebody else's husband, you know?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I got you into this mess.
Emily, come closer. Don't let on that I'm awake. Do what I tell you. We'll get out of this mess.
Oh, boy, am I tired.
Oh, did you reach anybody at the park?
Yeah, finally. I tried getting through that Larry Watts guy, but it was impossible to reach him. I did talk to a man, though. Told me the best time to catch him was when the park closes.
Oh, yeah? When's that?
Well, they close to the general public about 1 a.m., but by the time they actually shut down, it's more like 2:30.
My goodness, they certainly stay up late in the amusement park business.
Yeah, we certainly stay up late in the police business, too.
Oh. Well, I guess if we're going to be up chasing Larry Watts all night, I guess I ought to go and change my clothes and put on my running shoes.
Yeah.
You know, have another cup of coffee, too.
Yeah, it might be good. Excuse me, miss?
Just a minute.
Yeah, well, you know, I hope this doesn't turn out to be a total waste of time. I don't really think the chief was all that happy about the idea.
Well, you think he even heard the idea?
Well, he was with quite a distraction.
Distraction? That's an interesting way to describe Raven. You should have seen the way she was acting, Calvin. I just hope that it's not a real romance.
Yeah? Why not?
Because can you imagine that guy winding up married to her? Can you see Raven as our next Mrs. Chief of Police?
Well, don't holler before you're hurt. I mean, Raven still is legally a married woman.
Yeah, well, not for long. Logan wants to get a divorce from her just as soon as this whole custody thing is over with.
Yeah? Have you seen much of Logan these days?
Well, we're working on the Wilkinson case, of course.
Yeah? How's he doing? Last time I saw him, he was feeling pretty low.
Well, I think he's just worried about his son.
Yeah? You know, a couple of months ago, I would have said that his getting Jamie back was an absolute cinch.
It isn't that way anymore. You know, a woman always has the edge in a custody battle. You gotta face that. There's a built-in prejudice in favor of the mother.
Yeah, even mothers like Raven.
Mothers like Raven. I could just see her walking into the courtroom wearing a halo. You know, she's been taking real good care of Jamie. It's gonna be really hard for Logan to even prove that she tried to abandon her son.
You mean you actually think she's gonna win this case?
I don't see how she's gonna lose. I don't understand how women like Raven always seem to get what they want, you know. And then there's somebody like me. I don't ever seem to be able to even hold on to a guy.
Oh, come on now. Don't give me that. There have been more than your share of guys who wanted really badly to hold on to you. You just don't give them a chance.
No. I don't know. I guess maybe I ought to just change my attitude.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, you haven't had a date since Steve went to Tucson. Well, now, let's see. If you want me to fix you up, Kenny Birdsong's been dropping a few
forget
hints.
it. No.
I mean, there's always, let's see, Cliff Nelson.
Coffee, please.
No, we have to consider Logan, you know. He's almost single.
Look, I do not want you to do any matchmaking for me, Calvin. Now, stop
And
it.
then we can't leave out Chief Mallory. I mean, he's probably the most eligible of all. Although he's probably spoken for.
Miss, could I have some coffee, please? I'd like mine with milk and put a little touch of strychnine in for the man.
All right, but that'll be extra.
Come in.
I better not.
Oh, come in. Just for a few minutes.
I thought you said she's going to be sleeping on the couch.
No, she's in my bedroom. Mother's not the sofa type, and besides, she has to go to the hospital in the morning.
Well, those tests you mentioned.
Well, she thought she was going to check into a hotel suite, some beautiful hotel suite, but they made her go in the hospital instead. However, the hospital room is going to be beautiful because it's in the new Alexander suite, and guess whose money it is?
Hers?
Mm-hmm. Our name was Alexander. Anyway, I thought that she should get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Mm-hmm. I can be very nice when I want to be.
We better call that a good night.
Oh, no. That was just the beginning.
Oh, Raven, it's almost 2 o'clock.
Derek, time stops when I'm with you.
But we don't want to wake up your mother.
She sleeps very soundly. And if you're really worried, we just won't talk anymore. She really likes you, you know.
How do you know that?
Because remember when I snuck back into the room before we left? I asked her.
I should have known that's what you were doing.
She adores you.
I hope you didn't give her any of that nonsense about us being engaged.
What nonsense?
What nonsense? It's not true. That's what nonsense.
Why couldn't it be true?
How can I be engaged to a married woman?
What if I wasn't married?
I think that's my cue to leave. Besides, I've got to go back to headquarters before I can hit the sack. Some information I've got to get, and I got a few more things I got to take care of. So I just better... That's my tie. Oh, Raven. Cut it out. Why? What if she comes out and sees us?
Well, she'll just insist that you turn me into an honest woman. But I was hoping you would turn me into a dishonest woman.
Raven.
Oh, Derek. So, it's business before pleasure, huh?
It is something I've got to take care of. I have made a solemn promise to do it, and I'm going to do it.
Well, why don't you just call? Get your information on the telephone.
As a matter of fact, I should call in at that. Hello. Who is this, Connolly? It's Mallory. Is Ferguson still on duty? He was going to watch out for that NCIC report for me. Oh? Is he? See if you can get him on the phone. I'll wait.
It's all right. I got all the time in the world.
Ferguson, it's Mallory. Tell me what it says. Oh, wait a minute. That must be a mistake. It's impossible. Are you sure? Holy cow, I can't believe... Oh, I've got no choice. We have to deal with it. I don't know how, but we'll deal with it. I guess I better. I'm leaving right now. Goodbye. You just heard from a ghost.
Derek, I don't want you to go.
I'm sorry, but I've got to go, Raven.
Well, at least you can tell me what happened. I mean, I've never seen you look so shocked. Come on, it must be something really good, huh?
It is very good, but it's also very confidential.
Derek, come on. You have to tell...
I'm sorry, but I've got to go. It's important.
Well, I let you down, didn't I? I had no right to keep it from you. You could have handled it just fine.
Logan, I don't know how well I would have handled it. Maybe I would have reacted just the way you thought I would. Maybe I would have started waiting for Draper, expecting every time I heard the phone ring that it might be his voice on the other end.
No, I underestimated you. I was afraid that doubt would stay with you for years, maybe your whole life. I was wrong.
Well, if it had, Julia would have picked up on it. And sooner or later, she's going to hear the story about how her father's body's missing from his grave. Oh, my God, the funeral.
Yeah, I know.
Let's make it a mockery.
No. I don't want you to think that, not even for a moment. The whole point of a funeral is to remember the person that's just passed and to comfort those of us left behind. We were all there for Draper. That's all that's important.
Yeah, you're right. We were there for Draper. Nothing else matters.
I just wish I had words to tell you how sorry I am.
Logan, it is not your fault. It's nobody's fault. I should have known, though. It would have been hurtful, but I would have preferred to have known.
It was my decision. I have to take responsibility for it.
Obviously, you were not the only person who felt that way. You said it was my own brother who performed the autopsy. He knew it wasn't Draper, and he didn't tell me.
Miles kept it from you because I asked him to. Now, I'm being honest with you. If you're going to blame anybody for keeping the truth from you, unfortunately, it has to be me.
Logan, I understand why you did it. Do you hear me? I understand why you did it. I may not agree with it. You tell me one thing, though.
Sure.
How in the world did Raven find out?
I don't know. I wish I did, but I don't. I have my suspicions, but I don't know.
Oh, my God. That morning when she came over here with the most important news in my life, it was about the autopsy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Of course. She didn't say anything to me, though. She walked out of here without saying a word. And that is because that is the morning that you made the deal with her.
That's all academic now. It's ancient history.
That was the bargain. I'm the one who broke the bargain. Because I went to Cliff Nelson and insisted that he call me as a witness.
And he couldn't resist running right over to tell her. He must have made a special trip tonight.
Why? Why was it all that important to you that you were willing to risk losing your own son?
Now, don't you worry about that. I'm not going to lose Jamie.
You weakened your case, Logan. You weakened it because you wanted to keep me in the dark? Because I might have this silly hope that my husband was somehow miraculously still alive.
I had to take that chance, selfishly. If you began to believe that, then I wouldn't have had the right to tell you that I love you. I felt it had to be resolved somehow, that I had to find out the truth. At that time, I thought that your whole future, maybe my whole future, would be clouded until I found out what really happened up at Grand Falls.
That's why you and Deborah went up to Graham County.
Yeah. Weren't very successful, though. The chief of police up there denied that anybody on his staff would have tampered with those handcuffs, and it proved to be impossible to find out if anybody on the rescue crew did.
So then you still don't understand what happened?
No, not completely. I have my own. I believe that Sam Dwyer himself turned Draper loose from those handcuffs so that Draper could escape the fire. And somehow, later on, the loose cuff was attached to the wrong person.
You think it's possible, then, that he might have escaped?
With the fire, yes, but not the river, no.
But if he was injured?
If he were injured, he would have been found and taken to a hospital and eventually identified.
Yeah, well, but not if, oh, God.
Not if what? Not if he were maimed or crippled or amnesiac or paralyzed. Please don't torture yourself with that list. We have covered every possibility.
You really set yourself up with a gruesome task, didn't you, Logan?
It had to be done. We had to know. I had to know.
Because if you didn't...
If I didn't, I had to keep my distance from you. As long as I thought that there was a possibility that Draper was still alive, I stayed away from you. Believe me, that's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Mrs. Scott? This is Derek Mallory. I'm sorry to bother you so late, but is Logan Swift there?
Yes, Chief, just a second. Guess it's the call you were waiting for.
Yeah, thanks. Derek, what is it? What'd you find?
Something important enough for me to need to see you in person. How long are you going to be there?
Well, I don't know. I didn't plan on being here as long as I have been. April found out about the autopsy. I've been trying to explain it to her, and I haven't been doing very well, actually.
What are my chances of getting a 10-minute conversation alone with you?
I don't think that'd be any problem. I don't think she'd mind.
All right, stay there. I'm coming right over.
Fine, I'll see you in a bit. He has some news. He's coming over.
Excuse me, we'd like some help, please.
Hey, I'm the one who needs help. You haven't seen a little fat kid around here someplace?
No, we haven't.
No, he's supposed to be my helper.
I see. Well, look, we're trying to locate somebody. A guy named Larry Watts. We understand he's kind of a handyman around here.
Hey, well, the park's closed, you know?
Yeah, I know. We know that.
You shouldn't even be here, lady.
It's okay. She's not a lady. She's a cop.
Huh?
We're both police officers. Look, we're trying to locate this Larry Watts because we need to ask him some questions.
Calvin, there he is.
What? Hey, Watts!
Yeah, what do you want?
You remember us? I'm Detective Saxon. This is Calvin Stoner. We met at the household of Emily Michaels.
Look, I'm working. This is the busiest part of the night for me.
It'll just take a couple of seconds. We need to ask you some questions.
About what?
We'd like to know what you did that afternoon that you took Mrs. Michaels out to lunch.
Yeah, we, haven't been able to locate the lady since.
Or her husband.
Would you happen to have any idea where she might be?
I don't have the slightest idea. I took her to lunch, and I took her home, and that was it.
You said you worked in a factory with Mr. Michaels.
No, you misunderstood. I work right here. And if I don't get going, I'm not going to be here working here long.
Just how long did you know Kirk Michaels?
I knew him a long time ago.
You didn't know he was dead?
Hell yeah, I knew he was dead.
You did?
Sure, I knew that the cops killed the guy 9 years ago. But then I heard about this guy named Kirk Michaels that was supposedly living in Oakdale. That's why I went out there, to see if there was some kind of a mistake, you know?
Yeah, and what did you find out?
It was a mistake, all right. This woman, Mrs. Michaels, she was married to some guy that was using that name. It wasn't him, that's for sure.
So why did you lie to us?
I didn't lie to you, pretty lady. You just misunderstood what I said. Look, can I go? I got a ton of things to do.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for your time. By the way, you still see your parole officer?
Every week, like clockwork.
Well, we didn't get too much out of him, did we?
No, he certainly is a sly fox. We better get home.
Mrs. Scott, I'm very sorry to barge in so late.
No, it's all right. I understand. It's very important. Since it's business, I think I'll just disappear for a few minutes.
Thanks. We won't be long, I promise you. Come on in. What'd you find out?
Got another riddle for you. I can't figure it out. Maybe you can.
Well, I'll try. What is it?
The NCIC ran those fingerprints through their computer, and they belonged to a criminal. Man whose prints they were, who was just convicted of murder, as a matter of fact. Logan, those prints belonged to Draper Scott.